let's see if I can do this quickly. We have class in 25 minutes. Terminal side of angle beta in standard position goes through the point -7, 12. So the first thing I do is not read anymore and draw some Cartesian coordinate axes and plot the point -7, 12. So maybe that's something like this. -7, 12. Okay. Find the values of the 6 trigonometric functions for beta. Now, beta is in standard position, so it would have its initial side here. And they told us the terminal side goes through that point, so the terminal side goes through this point, which means I have this angle. But of course, if we're getting used to this and understanding it, we sort out the trig ratios of that angle. This is angle beta with regards to its reference angle, which is alpha, which means we can draw this little triangle. Remember, if we are in the unit circle, this would be 1. This would have some measure that's less than 1. This would have some measure less than 1. This one would be positive. This one would be negative because this one's in the positive y direction above the x-axis, and this is in the negative x direction. But we are not in the unit circle because if we are at this point, -7, 12, that means this has a length of 12, and this has a length of 7. In the negative direction, I put this negative label, but that's technically wrong. You could say that this is -7 for x, yes, but that length is positive. But we talked about that in class. But of course, this hypotenuse would not be 1 because I have a leg that's 12 and a leg that's 7. So first, we need to sort that out so we can figure out the other trig ratios, because the ratios are all ratios of these lengths of these sides of this right triangle. So I have the hypotenuse squared is equal to some leg squared plus some other leg squared. And first leg is 12 squared. The second leg is 7 squared because it's a length, not a distance. It's a distance, not a coordinate. So that's why I'm using the positive 7. So this is 144 and this is 49, which gives us 193. And so I get the hypotenuse to be the square root of 193, whatever the hell that is. So the square root of 193. Did I do that right? 893, yeah. So if I'm talking about sine of beta, cosine of beta, tangent of beta, I'm going to have the length of the opposite leg, 12, divided by the length of the hypotenuse. I'm going to have the length of the adjacent leg, but it's in the negative direction. And then the length of the tangent is the length of the opposite side over the length of the adjacent, I should say opposite leg, and length over the length of the adjacent leg, which is that. Or you can think of it as sine divided by cosine. You should think of it that way in addition to, because we're going to need that later. And then sine, cosine, tangent, cosecant, secant, cotangent. And these are the reciprocals of the above 3. So this is square root 193 over 12. This is square root 193 over -7, or it's negative that. And then this one is -7 over 12. And then you would type all those things in, and they're going to give you decimals. What I don't know is if I type this in, SQRT 193, how that's going to react. Let's see. And it doesn't like it. Ugh, that's so annoying. I hate how this person's written the question. Whoever you are, faculty, OC math. No one cares about this decimal representation crap. Actually, I don't think I know anyone that would prefer the decimal representation of that. So you're gonna have to type these in, right? Square, what was it? 12 divided by, 12 divided by root 193. That's the first one, 0.86377. Rounded to 1 decimal place. So who writes the decimal thing and then makes it 1 decimal place? I'm just sorry. Sorry, this guy. annoying. Cosine would be -7, so we can just change that to a -7. So that's going to be -0.5. Then sine over cosine, so this is going to be 12 divided by, I'm going to leave, yeah, we're going to go 12 divided by -7. I just don't want to type that in again, but -7, -1.7. And then we're going to take the reciprocal of this. So I'm just going to do that and raise it to the -1. And so I get -0.6. Oh, that's this one, -0.6. And now that I have that, I'm going to change this to the square root of 193. And that's the one that's over -7. So just be careful because I'm not doing them in order. This is secant. So that's -0.5. Wait, what? Did I lose the negative? Negative. Why is that not? Maybe I should do this from scratch. Square root 190. Oh, because I already inverted it and then inverted it again. Dummy.
Morning.
Good morning. 193, divide that whole thing by -7. Yeah, -2, because when you round the 8 to 9, it goes to -2. Then we have to do this over 12 to get -1.2 here. So hopefully that helps.